Hello everyone, Hand here with another Vikings War of Clans video. So in this video, I'm going to discuss whether it's worth getting the new Onslaught gear or not. So if we scroll down here and go to our Forge, the one thing that we've noticed, as I've discussed before, if we look into our equipment category and under the Shaman's equipment, we now have new special gear that are catered towards setting onslaughts, and they are called whatever the piece of gear is of assault. So the new assault gear is what everyone's been calling them. There are pros and cons to this gear, and I wanted to talk about it in this video. So if we click here and figure out what we need to do, the first thing that we need for this gear is a whole staff of courage. Additionally, we need Fenrir's Amulet, which isn't that difficult to get. We need Sharp Poleaxe, and we need Spike Collar. So let's try to get the Sharp Poleaxe just to see how much it costs. So it's fairly easy to get this, and it costs very little, so this is pretty much good to go. The other one is probably the Spiked Collar. Again, another really simple build to get, so not that expensive at all. Fenrir's Amulet, probably going to be much easier because it's all cheap material, so that's very easy also. And then we get to the Staff of Courage. Now the Staff of Courage needs other materials, so let's try to look into those. Clicking on Mysterious Robe, and Mysterious Robe now needs other materials, right? So keep in mind that we just wanted to build the Staff of Courage, but to get the Staff of Courage, we need the Mysterious Robe. And to get the Mysterious Robe, we now need more material. So let's click on the chain. Super cheap to get, not that big of an issue. Let's click on the Bone Dagger. Again, not that cheap, but again, it's materials they can get from invaders, not that difficult to get them at all. Sword of Vengeance, not difficult at all. And lastly, Brown's Helmet. We go and craft this, and it's really cheap material again. But keep in mind, just to build the robe, we have to build a bunch of more materials, and then there's other materials that this needs, so a bunch more wasted materials here just to get the other gears. And then this wasn't the only piece that we needed also 3 other pieces. And all of this combined gives you just the helmet. Now, to many of us, these amount of materials are probably not that big of a material cost at all because well, we've been killing invaders, monsters, ghosts for a very, really long time. We've been doing Uber Chiefs. So the material cost is probably not that high considering we've been killing all of these Ubers for a very long time. But the problem is the gear itself does not upgrade as far as I've been told. So the gear doesn't upgrade at all. So these are basically the stats that you are stuck with. So if you max out this gear and get a full legendary piece, you get 4% onslaught number, 15% offense in onslaught, 15% infirmary capacity, and 20% marching speed. And the only thing that really makes a difference here is the army offense in onslaught. But as I was saying, the gear itself doesn't level up, so to me, it's just a wasted piece of gear that is going on your shaman. Additionally to this, keep in mind, you need a full piece. If you're trying to use this as an onslaught setter, you need a 6 out of 6 set about this. And from what I've been told, again, because people have been testing this, the amount of warriors that you get in your onslaught barely changes. Apparently, it only changes when you have, when you have 6 of them, it only changes by 1 or 2 million. And that is a number that you have to keep in mind. 1 or 2 million, from what I've been told, is the only amount that it increases once you have all 4 new pieces of assault. But you have about 60% army offense in Onslaught. So that's going to be big. But who is it going to be big for? It's not going to be big for a clan that can only host 2 onslaughts. If your clan is only big enough to host 2 onslaughts, and you need people to have these gears, then your clan is just wasting one player's troops. And that one player can't set onslaughts and use their own troops because those troops are going to be super weak compared to everyone else's troops. So the only time that person is probably going to be able to use this successfully and actually make a difference is if they don't want to send any troops in that onslaught. Now, as I was saying, it's good for the bigger clans because they get the most out of it. But again, if you are in a bigger clan and you're forced to use this, if you just want to set an onslaught, then and you have actual troops that you want to use, then you're pretty much sacrificing yourself for the good of the clan, so it doesn't really make a difference. Additionally, now aside from everything else that I was talking about with these gears, you have new pieces of shaman gear that require a lot of materials to level up. So those shaman pieces include the pop gears. If you have multiple troop types, do troop specific gears. So those pieces are going to cost a lot of materials. Additionally to those, again, we have new pieces of material, new pieces of gear that we have for our building, for our training, and for knowledge. So on top of everything else, if you have enough materials to level your multiple different troop type shaman gear all the way to 9, your pop shaman gear all the way to level 9, your training, your building, and your knowledge gear, then maybe if you still have a lot of materials and you want to have this set just for the sake of having it, then you should probably do it. But to me, if someone just asked me, is this something that my clan can benefit from? I would probably say no. Because at this point, considering how big the onslaught boosts actually make your onslaught, if your clan is significantly strong versus your enemies, there is a good chance that just with one onslaught, you'd be able to wipe them out of your place of power, the stronghold siege. Like at this point, it's just that simple. If your clan is strong enough, you just need one onslaught and you can actually kick people out. And if your clan is at a point that you have to wear this in order to be able to participate, then you just have to sacrifice yourself for your clan's benefit. And I guess those extra few million better be able to do quite a lot of damage to make a difference. But to me, the march size isn't the difference maker. The only thing that I see as a difference maker is army offense and onslaught. Again, I probably would never wear this if I'm setting an onslaught because it just makes my troops super weak. And I'm trying to gain shards, especially at this point in the game where everyone just needs shards to progress. So to me, it's just not a worthy upgrade or a worthy piece of material piece of equipment to have at this point in the game. And yeah, I thought that I would share my 2 cents on these gears. I think it's really good from Plarium to show initiative and try to make the game more interesting by focusing on new pieces of gear that could go hand in hand with other existing gears. But to me and my status as an onslaught setter, I probably wouldn't use this piece of gear unless I'm emptied of troops and I just want to help my clan. Then yes, I will pop that piece of gear on and throw on some boosts, make sure that my hero skills are set for onslaught setting, and yeah, sacrifice whatever few troops I have just so my clan can get a much stronger onslaught. So yes, it makes your onslaught much stronger but in return, one player will have to sacrifice himself or herself for the clan. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about these new pieces of gear. I'll leave it to you guys to decide whether they are much better than you expected or if you have any other comments to share about them. That's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.